Hi, welcome back to my class of company law and secretarial practice. So in this very interesting topic, today's topic is that is formation of a company. Most demanded video it is. And in this, I'm going to deal with the promotion stage and what are the secretarial duties in connection with this. Okay. So I'm Dr. Indraini Katti. Let us begin with the first stage, that is promotion of a company. Formation of a company. And to form a company, the first important step itself is a promotion of a company. Okay. So what is this promotion all about? Let us deal with this. There are, in fact, to form a company, 4 phases are there or stages are there. The first one itself is called as promotion stage, and the second one is incorporation stage, where the registration of the company is going to be made. And the third one is capital subscription stage, where the flotation of securities is made by the organization to raise the capital, required amount of capital to the organization. And the last one is commencement of business organization. Okay. So let's learn what do you mean by promotion. Promotion is the first step in the formation of a company in which preliminary steps are taken by the promoters for the purpose of registration and flotation of securities to establish a company. It means this is the first step wherein who are there? The promoters are there, right? Who are the promoters? Who conceive an idea to establish a company and thereby putting all efforts to register it and establish a company. Okay. So they are the one because of whom the company has came into existence. Okay. So what do they do is they put their efforts before incorporation itself, right from the registration, what all the activities are involved till the flotation and establishment of the organization. The activities all are there. So related to that, during the promotion of an organization, these are all to be prepared and planned. Okay. So second step is incorporation, or it can be called as registration stage. Okay. For registration of a company, the required documents are to be filed with the ROC. ROC is Registrar of Companies. And to register, there are important documents like memorandum of association, maybe there, articles of association, and agreement should be there, and the statutory declaration should be made, etc. All these documents are very much essential to register. And then after registering all this, after filing all this with the ROC is going to give the certificate that is called as certificate of incorporation. Okay. So this stage is connected with incorporation. Okay, this itself is named as incorporation stage, where company will get certificate of incorporation from the ROC. Okay, and the third step, after getting the certificate of incorporation, company gets a right to raise the capital, So capital subscription stage, or we can call it as flotation of securities, so that the company will raise the required amount of capital from the public. Okay. After receiving the certificate of incorporation, a company can go for raising the required amount of capital to commence the business and carry on the business activities effectively and very efficiently also. Okay. And the last stage is commencement of business. The private company or a company having no share capital may commence the business immediately after it is incorporated. It means what? Private company and the company without any share capital. Such companies, after getting the certificate of incorporation from the ROC, the commencement starts, right? Commencement of business begins. Okay. Whereas if it is a public company limited, okay, the public company limited having a share capital, on the other hand, must obtain the certificate of commencement. Okay. So certificate of commencement is the second certificate which is issued by the ROC to establish a company. Registration, after the registration, private company and the company without having any share capital can begin their business activities. Whereas if it is a public company limited, okay, that company has to wait for 2 more stages. That is, one is capital subscription stage. After that, commencement stage. Okay. After getting the commencement certificate from the ROC, company can begin its operations. So let's come to the first step only, that is promotion stage, where the role of promoter is very important. Okay. Who is promoter? You may get a 2 marks question for this. Okay. On this, 2 marks question may be asked. The person who is a promoter, he is a person who conceive an idea of a company, decide and do the necessary work for formation of a company. They are all called as, who are these people? These are the persons who conceive an idea. They get an idea, okay? Idea will be striked over there. Discovery of business idea will be made by these promoters only. And not only discovering the idea or conceiving that idea, but they have to put their efforts in establishment of the such company, right? So necessary work is to be carried on by them for formation of company. So once the formation of company is made, these people are called as promoters, okay? So that's why their role is very, very important. So let's come to the definition, which is given in section 2, subsection 69 of Companies Act 2013. What it says about the promoter. Let's look at this, okay? So promoter means a person who has been named as such in a prospectus or is identified by the company in the annual return referred to in section 92, okay? Who is he? As per the Companies Act 2013, promoter means a person who has been named in such, like as such, that he is a promoter. His name will be mentioned in the prospectus, okay? Or is identified by the company in the annual return referred to in section 92, okay? So he is identified by the company as a promoter also in the as per section 92. Then B point, who has control over the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, whether as a shareholder, director, or otherwise, or in accordance with whose advice, directors, or instructions in the board of directors of the company is accustomed to act. It means what? One condition is what? Promoter's name will be mentioned in the prospectus. Okay, it is to be mentioned in the prospectus as a promoter, or he has a control over the affairs of the organization. Maybe he may be directly having a control over the affairs or indirectly, whether he may be a shareholder, right, and the director, or otherwise, as per his wishes, as per the instruction of this person, the board is going to act, right? Such a person is termed as promoter, okay? So one more definition, let us look at the other definition, which is according to Justenberg. He has defined promoter. Promotion is the discovery of business opportunities and subsequent organization of funds, property, and managerial ability into a business concern for the purpose of making profits therefrom. So the definition is of, not of a promoter, but of promotion of a company. Okay. So who is a promoter? You understood. And what do you mean by promotion? It is the discovery of business opportunities. Who do this discovery? Promoters will do that. Okay. So discovery of business opportunity and subsequent organization of what are the requirements to be brought together. What are these? Funds, that is money, property, okay, and managerial ability. You can say this in another words also. M's of management: man, money, material, machines, and methods. Okay. So all these to be brought together, that itself is called as organization of funds, property, and managerial ability into a business concern for the purpose of making profits therefrom. Okay. From this organization, the company wishes to make profits, right? So this is known as promotion. It means it begins with the discovery of business opportunities, ends in the establishment and operations of the organization. Okay. And the promoters of the company, they stand in the fiduciary position. Fiduciary means very confidential and responsible officer's position. Okay. Promoters of a company stand in a fiduciary position, though they are not the agent or a trustee of a company, but promoters are the persons who establish a company. Okay, you can, in simple words, you can understand that these are the people who establish a company, and they have to enter into pre-incorporation contracts. These are also called as preliminary contracts, So before incorporation of the organization, the promoters have to book the land, machineries, everything about the company, which are all required to establish a company. So they have to undergo so many number of pre-incorporation contracts. Okay, so which can be validated after the incorporation of the company, which will come into final position that after once the company is established or once the company is incorporated, then onwards the final contract will be done. Okay, so for obtaining certificate of incorporation, they will have to do this pre-incorporation contracts also. Before the commencement of the organization only, the promoters will be involved in such contracts also, right? So let's move on to the what are the steps in the promotion stage. The main role is played by the promoters in this promotion stage. And what are the steps? The first step is called as discovery of business opportunity. So this is very important, you know. What do they do here? The promoters do here is they may be having the idea, and whether that idea is going to be clicked or not, that should be tested. So they will discover such an excellent idea, potential idea, which is having a promising results, right? So they have to come with such an excellent idea so that if they establish a business, they will click in this. Okay, so doing all the studies, pros and cons, the promoters will discover the best business opportunity. Okay, after that, investigation stage is there. This step is again very important. Why? Because the very success of the organization depends on proper investigation made by the promoters. So what these people do here, promoters do here, is after discovery of the business idea, these people have to do the investigation. Different analysis are to be done by them. Okay, technical analysis they have to do, financial analysis they have to do, and marketing analysis, right? And they have to go and approach the legal experts and take the legal opinions from them. And rest everything is there, you know. They have to do the viability test and feasibility test of the organization. If they establish, is it going to be feasible for them, is it viable, right? So likewise, so many investigations they will have to do. You can even say the SWOT analysis can also be done by the promoters in this investigation stage. Okay, so about funds, from where are you going to get the funds? So whether do they have any kind of risk or not? Okay, so related to finance, related to market survey they will have to do, and market expert they have to approach and take the opinions from them. Financial experts they have to approach and take the opinion from them. Okay, so all such activities are involved in this investigation stage. And the third stage is called as assembling, bringing together all the M's. Just now we told, right? 5 M's are required to an organization: money, men, materials, machines, and methods. So assembling all this is also there. They have to search where the capital is available, where men are available, skilled and unskilled are there. So what is the cost involved in acquiring those people, where the materials are available at the cheaper rates, right? So at the reasonable rates, quality material availability they can search in, right? Where the machines are available, they will have to do all such things in this assembling part. So they have to book it up, and later they will make the final contracts once the incorporation process done, right? So next fourth stage is financing stage, which is applicable to the promoters only. They have to think from where are they going to raise the capital. Okay, what are the sources available for them, and what are the short-term requirements of the organization, what is the long-term financial requirement of the organization, right? So they have to think from this respect, and they have to plan to raise the capital, because you know, acquisition of fixed asset is one question, and how to employ this fixed asset for which they require the working capital, right? So short-term capital they require. So all these arrangements, from where they are going to make, how they are going to make, whom are they going to meet, right? So all these things will be finalized in the financing stage. And the last stage is called as presentation of business plan, where you know, promoters prepare all this, and they are ready to enter the second stage, that is the incorporation stage. This is a promotion stage, is a first stage. So in this stage, there are 5 stages, and after presentation of business plan, if it is successfully done, the company will get, if the promising idea they have about the business, they will get easy funds also. There are so many people who are in demand, right? Who are eagerly waiting for such a promising business project, wherein they can invest their money, right? They're called as venture capitalists, and angel investors are there, or else the company can issue the shares and raise the capital also, right? So this presentation of business plan will be made properly before the financial institutions also, so that they can raise the capital from the banks, financial institutions, or else they can involve with themselves the venture capitalist, angel investors, or else the company can go for issue of securities and raise the capital also. So these are the 5 important stages which are there in the first stage, that is promotion stage. Okay. And here, if everything is done properly, the promoters will be very happy in going to the second stage. Okay. But now we are not entering the second stage, that is incorporation stage. That will be done separately in the next class. I'm going to deal with that. But here I'm going to focus more on duties of a company secretary in relation to a promotion stage of a company. Okay. As it is a first stage, it is very, very important stage. And what are the secretarial duties in connection with promotion stage? Okay. To help the promoters to investigate and frame a financial plan, the company secretary has to assist the promoters to investigate so many concepts, as well as frame a proper financial plan. In this financial plan, they will think about short-term requirement, financial requirement, and long-term financial requirement. How much are they going to invest in the fixed assets, and what amount they can keep it as a working capital. So everything about all this, the company secretary has to assist, help the promoters of the organization. Second duty of a company secretary is to arrange meetings of the promoters. He has to schedule the meeting so that what are the topics to be finalized in that meeting. Agenda is to be finalized by him only. Okay. So he has to arrange meetings of the promoters so that they can take proper decisions over there. And not only arranging the meeting, but it is his duty, company secretary's duty, to attend it and record the affairs of the meeting of the promoters also, so that those can be implemented very soon. Okay. And next is to assist the promoters in finalizing the preliminary contracts. So preliminary contracts, they have to enter before the incorporation stage only. And this is the duty of company secretary, to assist the promoters in finalizing preliminary contracts, looking to the pros and cons of all these agreements and all. If everything is right, then he will assist the promoters to finalize the preliminary contracts also. Fifth duty is to assist the promoters in drafting and printing the memorandum of association and articles of association, as it is connected with the promotion stage, wherein not just a planning process is there, but the documentation should be prepared well in advance, so that they can enter into the second stage, that is incorporation stage, where memorandum of association and articles of association are very much required. Without these things, the registration of the company is not at all possible, right? So that's why the company secretary has to assist the promoters in preparing, printing, drafting and printing of memorandum of association and articles of association. And the sixth duty is to obtain the approval of the proposed name from the ROC. So proper name should be kept to the organization, right? So one name should be there so that it can be identified with that name. So whatever it is, the name is, but the approval of the proposed name is to be taken up from the ROC, Registrar of Companies, right? So yesterday in the earlier class, we have discussed that one has to visit the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA website. So there, how to select the name of the company, search the existing names and all, that provision is there on that website. Okay, you can search over there. And finally, one name is to be finalized, and the approval of this should be taken from the ROC also. And next one is to keep the following documents ready for filing with the ROC. So what are these following documents? One is written consent of directors to act as, it means promoters themselves act as directors of the organization, and the written consent is to be taken. In writing, they have to give the agreement undertaking that they wish to act as director of the company. Okay. And to purchase the qualification shares, to become the director of the company, there is a condition that one has to buy qualification shares. So in qualification share, how many should be there? That is minimum, at least one should be there. The director should have to buy at least one share of the company. Okay. And that qualification number of share will be explained in the articles of association also. As per the condition, the director has to buy, and he has to be ready for acting as a director of the organization. Second one is notice of the address of the registered office. Okay. So this is also to be kept ready. That is a document. This is a second document, that is address of the registered office. About this, notice is to be prepared properly. Okay. And the third one is statutory declaration. This is again a very important point, that a statutory declaration is to be prepared well in advance so that it can be filed at the time of incorporation of a company. So this declaration is all the things, whatever the preparation they have made till now to get it registered or to incorporate the company, those are all legally complied with. Okay, that statutory declaration either the company secretary has to sign, or that board of directors, that is who wish to become the director, managing director, should have to sign. So that we will deal in another chapter, another video itself. Till now, we have covered the first stage, that is promotion stage, and what are the steps involved in the promotion stage also we have discussed. So next video will be interesting again, and wait till very soon. I'll come back with the other video also. Okay, thank you very much.